I'm live, it always takes a minute to click a few different buttons. How are you? And welcome to Perfect Sake Marketing Adventures with Carmel. So this is where I get to, share some insights to document what I'm learning in the hope that it may help you a little bit too. So thanks for hanging out with me. So today I wanted to talk about where are they hiding, as in where are your customers hiding? And a few of you may know, and a few of you may not know, that I'm actually reading Russell Brunson's books at the moment. But anyway, one of the things I wanted to, or I've discovered for myself, was this, what Russell Brunson in his book calls it the Dream 100. So the theory about the Dream 100 is that who are your Dream 100, the absolute top-notch, perfect people that already have your ideal client. So it's not about going in and poaching them or anything like that. But if somebody has already, if you've got a business that is answering a question that is already being answered, and you have a slightly different solution or something like that, I call those people your lucrative customer parade. So as I liken them to, they're the people that are walking along on that Google trail with their money in hand because somebody is already answering the problem that they have. And you have an answer either new or different or whatever to that same problem. Well, who are those people that have those people already? So they become your Dream 100. So you start looking at is what kind of websites would those people be, your ideal customer, be looking for? What kind of Facebook groups or LinkedIn or wherever that is? Where else are they hanging out? Who are they following? What kind of podcasts are they listening to? So for example, of course, Russell Brunson, because I'm studying his stuff, I'm following what he's doing. Some others, if you're a coach or a consultant, for example, would be the likes of Anthony Robbins, or it could be some people that are lesser down that train. And the idea is to get into their realm to actually add value to them and their groups too, in the effort that you can be seen in those groups and maybe hook up with them or do something for them or help their audience by enhancing their audience too. So if those people are looking for a solution, maybe the solution that you have is already in those groups. So I hope that makes sense. So it takes a bit of effort to do it, and it takes a bit of work to work out your Dream 100. You really have to get into the gray matter, or at least maybe it was just me, I had to do it, was really to unpack who they are and then to start following down that rabbit hole, if you like, who they are. So joining the groups where they are, signing up for any of their freebies or anything like that, because then you're starting to see what it is that your ideal customer is already getting. What are they experiencing? And when you can see that, you can maybe see the gaps, and the gaps will be the area that your solution comes in. And it may be that you already have a solution and you say, well, Carmel, I already have a solution. And I thought that, I went, oh, they're kind of talking the same, but there's some bits that are missing. So we're able to look and identify and go, that's a bit more. So you may have noticed more recently that we've gone a little bit more towards the video. So we've been doing copywriting, we've been doing video, we've been doing funnels, and we've been doing marketing strategy for quite some time now. But we've tweaked it a little bit because video is the up and coming thing. Video is, people need it. People are afraid of camera. Well, afraid of camera or don't want to be in front of camera, people that think that it's really expensive software, and also people that don't seem to have the time. And I was one of the non-techie people, should I say. I was one of the non-techie people, and I was like, I'll leave that to somebody else, or can I pay somebody to do it, or blah, blah, blah. Whereas when I actually got into doing it, it wasn't as hard as I thought. So we found that little kind of niche of a niche, sub-niche almost, down to that we help people now that haven't got the time, that don't want to put their face to camera, they haven't got the time, they don't want to pay as much money, and that they believe they're not techie. And that was that small sliver of that bigger problem that we could see out there. It was like a missing piece. And we were able to slot in there. So it's looking for who that is. As I said, it takes a bit of work. who already has your audience and how can you enhance what they're already receiving. And even more is get maybe in contact with the owner of the group if it's something that works. I'm talking about doing this in a very resourceful and honoring way. I'm not talking about going in and trying to steal people's customers. That's not what I mean. I mean adding value in a group that maybe doesn't have your skill, but has the people in there that need your skill too. So it was just a really good concept that really stuck in my brain. And when we sat down and did the work of it, like I've made up an Excel sheet of who my Dream 100 are. And then I even went as far as, I did it with the lovely Sarah. I even went as far as doing more Australian ones. So some of them are smaller groups, but they're up and coming. And it's what are they saying? What are they offering? And you can even observe. So this is about standing on the shoulders of giants. Observe what they're putting out and what reaction it's getting. You know, they're putting out a certain thing and they put it out a certain way. You can start to see their funnels and you go, oh, people are really engaging in that. People are really buying. That was a really great video they put out. That was a really great post. Whatever that is, you can really start to observe, because we know. I did a Facebook Live this morning about so many bits of information coming at us. And with social media, it can be just, it can be just overwhelming that it just all comes at you. So when you get this and you go, right, what do I do? Who do I help the most? How can I, specifically help them? What kind of problem? Who else has these people? So, as I said, the big example would be for coaches, consultants, for example, would be the likes of Anthony Robbins. Now, I've never been to an Anthony Robbins event. I'm not trying to spruik Anthony Robbins or anything like that. He's just a prime example of somebody who wants to be coaching. Now, does everybody want everything that Anthony Robbins does? No. Do some of them want something a little bit different, or they need specific help in the base of building a business, or they need specific help in videos, for example? Well, then, yes. So my group are in there, if you like. So, of course, I can go in and add value. So I hope that makes sense, because it really is something that's impacted myself and Sarah, I know as well. It's looking at the experts and actually saying, well, what path did they take? Where do I need to get into the aura or the area of who already has my ideal customers? Another thing, just to give you another example, I remember many years ago working in restaurants, and one of them was by the seaside. So, of course, people came here, they loved looking out over the water, it was beautiful, it was stunning. So while they were there was other things on offer. So quite often people would forget their sun cream, for example, so they could buy sun cream first. I didn't have to make the sun cream. It was somebody else's sun cream, but it was a key ring size, so it was really easy to access and use. We had some funky teapots that were quite rare, things like that. So people would always say, oh my God, where can I get one of those teapots? So we would have them there for sale. So it's about you being able to go into the group and being maybe an add-on that you can help the other people. So those groups become the bigger place that has every resource in it. And maybe you can become one of those resources. So that was something I learned, guys. Did some work on it. If you need some help with the work, always contact me. We can sort something out, or I can point you in the right direction or tell you what I did. But for now, thanks for hanging out with me, and it's a bye for me.